Reading literature in translation is an act of journey and discovery. Words transport us, no plane or train required, to cultures, art, and perspectives beyond our own. Translated literature brings the world to us. The finalists for the National Book Award for Translated Literature were translated into English from Arabic, Chinese, French, and Spanish. These extraordinary books are triumphs of collaboration that blend personal and political history, contemplate intimacy and alienation, and expand our notion of the possible. The panel chair for this year's National Book Award for Translated Literature is Stephen Snyder, whose translation of Yoko Ogawa's The Memory Police was a National Book Award finalist in 2019. He serves as Vice President for Academic Affairs and Dean of Language Schools at Middlebury College.
Good evening. It has been a great honor and a true pleasure to serve on the committee charged with selecting the 2021 National Book Award for Translated Literature. I first want to recognize my extraordinary collaborators and friends who share this fascinating journey, the other members of our committee: Jesse Chafee, Madhu Kaza, Achille Bejas, and Sergio de la Plava. During our many meetings, I've been amazed by their dedication and by the careful, wise, and insightful readings they offered for each book. I've learned from their tremendous intelligence, their candor, and their generosity of spirit, and I'm deeply grateful to them and enormously proud of the work we've done. We've had the privilege of reading 154 entries representing 27 languages, a thrilling and at times daunting task that convinced us of the tremendous richness of contemporary literature in English translation. Translated literature is finally coming into its own in this country, with more work appearing each year and more attention being paid to the brilliant array of international literary talent and a new generation of gifted translators who work across a wide range of languages and cultural traditions. We are delighted to be able to recognize each of the excellent submissions in this category, the 10 marvelous works on the long list, and the 5 finalists being celebrated here this evening. And those finalists are Winter in SOKCHO by Elisa Shua Dusapin, translated from the French by Aneesa Abbas Higgins and published by Open Letter. Peach Blossom Paradise by Gu Fei, translated from the Chinese by Kanan Morse and published by New York Review Books. The Twilight Zone by Nona Fernandez, translated from the Spanish by Natasha Wimmer and published by Grey Wolf Press. When We Cease to Understand the World by Benjamin Labatut, translated from the Spanish by Adrian Nathan West and published by New York Review Books. Planet of Clay by Samar Yazbek, translated from the Arabic by Larry Price and published by World Editions. And this year's National Book Award for Translated Literature goes to Winter in SOKCHO by Elisa Shua Dusapin, translated by Aneesa Abbas Higgins and published by Open Letter.
Elisa Shua Dusapin, Winter in SOKCHO, translated from the French by Aneesa Abbas Higgins. Open Letter. This spare and visceral novel evokes the atmosphere of abandonment and isolation, as well as the stark beauty of winter in a provincial South Korean seaside resort town near the North Korean border. Narrated by a sharply observant young French-Korean resident, the story explores rifts of identity, personal, cultural, and national, and the fleeting kinship that is possible between solitary strangers. Aneesa Abbas Higgins' elegant translation brings out the lyricism of Elisa Shua Dusapin's tender and mysterious novel.
I don't know. Oh, good.
Elisa.
Okay, so enregistré. Thank you so much. It's just incredible for me. Et je continue en français en disant simplement que c'est un livre que j'ai essayé d'écrire comme un pont entre toutes les cultures et les langues qui m'habitent. Alors être traduite, c'était déjà un honneur inespéré. Et recevoir un prix pour la traduction internationale, c'est encore plus incroyable. Et recevoir le National Book Awards pour la traduction de ce livre, c'est encore plus incroyable. Donc juste merci du fond du cœur et merci à ma traductrice et à mes éditeurs sans qui rien ne serait possible.
So Elisa says thank you from the bottom of her heart, and of course she's so surprised. She doesn't really know what to say, but this is a book that has come much from her heart. These are themes that are very, very dear to her, and she says a big thank you to everyone, and I can't thank everyone enough. It's such an honor. I think we're completely overwhelmed by this. Thank you to Elisa. Thank you to the publishers. Thank you to Open Letter Books. Thank you to Daunt Books in London. And I want to also say thank you to our first editor on this book, Jelka Mirosevic at Daunt Books, who worked so hard on this text with us. And just thank you to all of you at the National Book Awards. This is such an honor. And Elisa, it's just fantastic for all of us and for all of the people who will now read your book and will get to know more of your work. This is just a wonderful thing. So thank you so much to everyone.